Hello, beautiful friend, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome in if you're new here. Today, we will be exploring the energies for the week ahead. Please keep in mind this is a general reading, not everything I say is going to stick with you. This week, we're going to have a very intense transit, and it's going to be sensitive. There's going to be a lot of opportunities coming your way with Uranus going into Gemini 2025. So, keeping yourself in this energy is something that's not going to help you take advantage of that. And during this week and the power struggles, you might be taking that out on yourself, and it might be creating a new narrative that's going to keep you away from those opportunities that I talked about. How do you provide love to yourself? How do you nurture yourself? That's going to be huge for mutable signs this year, especially because Neptune right now is in its ruling planet Pisces. And with that, it's adding a lot of rose colored glasses energy in the air. Let's not forget that also Venus is in Pisces right now, and it's intensifying that energy. So, this transit is a good time to really dive deep into and bring in change to how you show love and you care for yourself. Something that could really help here is building an internal traffic light stop, sort of like a stop button to know when those triggers are coming on so that you could walk away. And not getting caught up in those negative feelings and thoughts is something that could help you, because I feel that they've been in a way keeping you trapped or keeping you still in the same position, not being able to move. And because it hasn't gotten that bad yet, for a lot of you, it's something that you don't want to change now, or it's something that you don't know how or don't have to. But you don't want it to come to the moment where you do have to bring in change to this because of some outside source. You want this to happen because of you. And I bring this up because during this week, you're going to get a highlight into those things, and when Uranus goes into Gemini, it's going to start a cycle of that, of what I talked about. And you don't want to go into that cycle being stuck with this. This week, we're also going to have a lot of buried emotions come up with trauma that hasn't been dealt. And when it comes up, your reactions to that buried trauma is something that's really going to help you here. Because if you show compassion towards yourself, it's something that could, in a way, help you turn it into a memory. But if you attack yourself or show anger to yourself, you could re traumatize yourself when those buried emotions come up during this week. And something that could really help you here is to examine your boundaries and expectations towards your communication with yourself and your communication with others. And communication is a part of listening. So, really examine how you listen to yourself and to others. How do you listen to your body? Building that eternal traffic light that I talked about earlier is something that could really help you listen to your body. Now we're going to be going into each mutable sign individually. I suggest that you listen to them all together as they are all connected. Hello, Gemini. The way that you're taking care of yourself, nourishing, and the words that you have on repeat and your feelings are really leading to heartbreak, and there really needs to be a balance here because it's really overwhelming for you. There's a lot of pain that you're not willing to talk about or that you're hiding, even from yourself, because you don't want to deal with it. But what it's doing is it's really keeping you in this spot and not letting you move forward. This is something that could keep you in this same spot, or it could be covering up how you're not nurturing yourself. And this could all be based on the lies that you tell yourself. So, something that could really help you is examining the foods that you eat on a regular basis. Preservatives and sugars really affect your mood, and they really affect the way that you think, and they affect your gut as well. And all of that has to do with how you show love to yourself. eating more healthier is something that could help you think clear or not get caught up in your feelings as easily. And like I said in the general reading, building that internal stoplight is something that could help you start listening to your body so you could start bringing change towards those negative thoughts or feelings that come up in the moment to rob you of your happiness. Because during this week, when those buried emotions come up, you might explode on someone and it might be about something painful from the past. So really watch your reactions, especially when Uranus goes into Gemini in the middle of 2025. This is something that's really going to bring out a lot of triggers within you because it's going to highlight how you've been keeping yourself stuck there. And when that does happen, please have compassion with yourself and not use that as ammunition against yourself to keep yourself there. Please subscribe if this really resonated with you and let me know in the Hello Virgo and welcome to your reading. Your narrative and your negative thoughts are sort of keeping you a prison or keeping you stuck in a way to where you feel that you can't change them or you can't move. And a lot of this comes from you believing that because your parents were a certain way or because something happened to you in the past, you're doomed to have that in your future. And that's leading to a lot of depression and it's pushing a lot of people away from you, especially yourself. And the way that you talk to yourself internally is something that's really not helping here. It's something that's really adding to the resentment and anger that you have and keeping you in the same spot. This could come out as being angry with yourself, so you project that anger by needing to be able to have a certain image or look about yourself. So you could be working 3 to 4 jobs just to pay rent in a city that you feel you need to live in to uphold a certain image. But it's something that's really hurting you internally and it's something that's making you feel overwhelmed. And because you don't have boundaries towards that, it's something that's keeping you stuck there and believing that you need to be there because there's a lot of living outside of your means with this energy here and lying to yourself about it and pretending that you're happy when you're not. And it's leading to this disconnection with yourself and you not being vulnerable with yourself because you can't be honest about you feeling overwhelmed with everything that you're going through. This energy could also be here because you opened up to someone about a traumatic moment and they made more trauma for you with their reaction instead of providing compassion. This could also be with yourself of how you treat yourself. Instead of providing compassion, you keep re-traumatizing yourself. And so this energy is keeping you stuck. And with this week, you could take advantage of the healing energy that's here to help you bring a change to all of this. This week is the perfect time. The nodes are currently in Aries and Libra, but they are going to be switching to Virgo and Pisces. And even though your nodes might not be in Virgo and Pisces, this is something that you are going to feel, and it is going to be bringing a lot of good opportunities to your life. But if you keep yourself here, you're going to miss them or talk yourself out of them. Please subscribe if this reading resonated with you and let me know in the comments. Hello Sagittarius and welcome to your reading. There's a lot of conditioning from the past that you're still carrying into the now, and this conditioning could make your beliefs and your patterns of who you are now, even though it's something from the past. So think back to 2018, 2019, 2017, the patterns that you started creating back then, and what beliefs they come from. Because that's a very important time that I feel This energy could also be here because you don't feel happy internally or within your mind. And at times, having simpleness within yourself is something that you don't want, and you either create or crave chaos around you. This can also come out as being raised in a chaotic environment or an environment that really had a tough way of showing you love and acceptance. And this could have set the ground for you not showing yourself love of what I talked about earlier and just building that anger and resentment towards yourself. And you could be taking this out on yourself by either your actions, the way that you talk to yourself, the way that you treat yourself. You could be putting yourself in situations where you're not happy because you believe that you don't deserve to be happy. And this is a pattern that you had for a while, and you're conditioning yourself to believe that this is okay when it's not. Because this pattern is only leading you to be more, because this pattern is only leading you to more burnout and more disconnection from yourself. And you're going to keep feeling like you don't know yourself. So, really dive in deep, especially with this week, because, like I said, we have the healing energy here to help us bring in change towards all of this. So, examine those beliefs of what you feel that you don't deserve and you do deserve, especially towards loving yourself. How do you feel you show love to yourself? Write it down. Is that something that could change? Is that something that you want to change? Do you want to add more to that? Do you want to create a better routine so you could have a better night's sleep, or a better morning routine so you can have a better morning through your day? What expectations do you have towards that? That's something that could really help you out here if you really examine that, and it could really bring in change to how you show up for yourself. Please subscribe if this reading resonated with you and let me know in the comments. Hello Pisces, and welcome to your reading. Saturn and Neptune are going to be leaving Pisces, so this is going to be bringing a lot of energy your way, and it might show up as internal chaos. And I feel that with Five of Swords, Five of Wands being here upside down, I feel that that's why it's internal, and it's because of everything I talked about, because there isn't a way that you're showing yourself love, and you're keeping yourself stuck in these patterns and beliefs that are sort of like concrete. It's not impossible to move concrete, but it is very hard, and it requires special tools. And this type of energy that I talked about earlier makes you believe that you don't have those tools or access to the tools to bring in that type of change. Five of Wands could also be here because it could be talking about from the past and how you were treated in the past. You might have not had somebody stand up for you as a child, or you were bullied in high school or growing up by your family. And those repressed emotions and trauma that you have could be coming up this week. And how you react to them is really important. Something that can help here is writing it down when it comes up instead of reacting to it in the moment. Write it down and choose to react to it later on so it doesn't take away your power right now. Because there's a lot of disempowering and limiting beliefs that are keeping you stuck in this type of energy. And with this week, examining your boundaries and expectations towards how you communicate with yourself and how you listen to your body is something that could really help bring in change towards this as well. There's going to be a transit that's going to show the power struggles in communication, and that transit could really help you see how you're talking to others or you're not listening to others. So meditate during this week and try to dive in deep to see if how you apply your listening skills to other people. Something that could help you is meditating on this question. Do you wait for people to finish talking because you want to hear what they say? or because you have something to say to either defend yourself or attack what they're saying, or you just have something to add to the conversation. Because if you're just listening to talk back, then you're not really listening at all. So, really examine the habits that you have there, the beliefs that you have. Do you believe if somebody disagrees with you, they shouldn't be telling you? And if that is a belief that you have, write it down so then that way you know that that's a trigger for you when it does come up. Please subscribe if this reading resonated with you and let me know in the comments.